The European Union toughened sanctions against Iran over its disputed nuclear program on Monday, banning trade in industries like finance, metals and natural gas, and making other business transactions far more cumbersome. The measures were the latest in a long series of sanctions from Europe, the United States and the United Nations Security Council, and were evidence of the worsening damage to Iran's economy. In a joint statement, European Union foreign ministers, meeting in Luxembourg, expressed serious and deepening concerns over Iran's nuclear program. They added that in continuing to enrich uranium, despite Western thank you for trying verbose, this recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Concerns that it is aiming for a bomb, Iran was acting in flagrant violation of its international obligations. Ahead of the meeting, Catherine Ashton, the European Union's foreign policy chief, said, "We want to see a negotiated agreement. But we will continue to keep up the pressure." Ms. Ashton represents 6 major powers, including the United States, in nuclear talks with the Iranians. There have been 5 rounds of discussions since late 2010, the last of which ended in frustration in June. Ms. Ashton said the major powers would keep in contact with Saeed. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Jalili, Iran's negotiator, to assess when to convene another meeting. Iran is suffering acute inflation from the weakness of the rial, the national currency, which lost 40% of its value against the dollar in recent weeks. Outside economists have pointed to Iran's currency troubles as evidence that the sanctions, which have severely restricted Iran's ability to sell oil and conduct international banking transactions, are having a profound impact. Iran has been showing new signs of problems, including severe drops in monthly oil and automotive production and in the number of foreign commercial ships docking at its thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Ports. How to contain Iran's nuclear ambitions has become an issue in the American presidential race. The new European sanctions were necessary as a result of a continued failure to satisfy the world that the program was for peaceful purposes, said William Hague, the British Foreign Secretary. But Carl Bildt, the Swedish Foreign Minister, emphasized the need for a more intensive diplomatic effort alongside the sanctions. "I think there are voices that sound like they want a war," Mr. Bildt said. "We don't want war. The latest measures thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Make business deals between Europe and Iran far more complicated." The European Union agreed to prohibit all transactions between European and Iranian banks unless authorized in advance under strict conditions with exemptions for humanitarian needs, according to an official statement. The statement said that the European Union also had decided to strengthen the restrictive measures against the Central Bank of Iran. Further export restrictions have been imposed, notably for graphite, metals, software for industrial processes, as well as measures relating to the shipbuilding industry. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who has described the thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Western sanctions as economic warfare, said the latest measures were nothing new. Creating instability is among the arrogant power's insidious policies, the semi-official Fars news agency quoted him as saying during a speech in Shirvan, in eastern Iran. He praised Iran's exemplary political stability and tranquility, adding, "The enemies wanted to make our people depressed and exhausted through their sanctions. Our nation's will and resolve to defend the ruling Islamic system should be a lesson to them."